A promotional fee has been paid to ABC by United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
This is ABC.
To prove that your ad in the New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages attracts customers, I opened Martin's Out-of-the-Way Ice Cream Parlor. What a location! Great hours. The business was chilly, till I put an ad in the New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages, where people look 8 million times a week. Now I'm scooping up big bucks. Bring your own cone? My idea. Ooh, nice cone. More proof. The New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages is the one that works. New Jersey Bell, a Bell Atlantic company.
I'm Mike Brophy from Country 92 WXTU's late afternoon show. We have over 500,000 people listening every week, and here are some to tell you all about it.
Someone in work told me about 92, and I started to listen to it.
I love listening to country music on the way to work.
Oh, I started listening to it. I loved it. I used to listen to YSP, and then I found Country 92, which I really like. I'm a Country 92 fan.
Country 92 WXTU. Make it your choice.
I've been raising chickens almost 40 years. I've never seen nothing like Roy Rogers' new Wild Wings. Them birds is crazy. Partying all night and running after my cows. Look what they done to old Duke.
Roy's new Wild Wings. Crispy fried chicken. A choice of 4 wild sauces. Get 6 in the biscuit, just $1.99.
Next year, I'm planting corn.
Walter Matthau and Bruce Dern star after Nightline.
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Don Tollefson, Dave Roberts, and Jim Gardner.
Thursday night, the master of the opera proves he's got some master strokes, and a New York grand jury closes the book on the case of Tawana Brawley. But the big story on Action News tonight is the probe into the discovery of 2 bodies in Delaware City, Delaware. We get the latest from Delaware correspondent Lauren Wilson.
It was a grim discovery. 2 workers from the Texaco refinery were checking a well on company property when one spotted 2 badly decomposed bodies.
They contacted the police. We responded out. The bodies have been turned over to the state medical examiner's office.
For a while today, it looked like the 2 bodies were related to the serial killings. For the last few weeks, police have stepped up the search for 2 missing women. Margaret Lynn Finner and Kathleen Ann Meyer were known to hitchhike along routes 13 and 40, places where these 3 murdered women were all last seen. Police say the 3 women were killed by the same person, and they fear the missing women are linked. As for today's discovery,
they are apparently not related to the homicide investigation that is currently going on the Route 40 and Route 13 area. Again, the bodies are badly decomposed, and we have no reason to believe that those 2 incidents are related.
Why?
That's all we're going to say right now.
Sources say the bodies found today were male, not female. Perhaps the reason why police aren't linking them to the serial killer case. An autopsy is now underway. And so it looks like the search for the serial killer is still on in Delaware tonight, with no new leads, no new suspects, and no answers about the deaths of 3 local women and the disappearance of 2 more. I'm Lauren Wilson, Channel 6 Action News in Delaware City.
Day number 2 of searching turned up not a trace of 5-year-old Lauren Jackson. Once again, local police were helped by the FBI in searching the area in and around Spring City, Chester County. Lawmen used helicopters to peer down from above, but without success. The little girl disappeared while playing in front of her home Tuesday night. Today, Action News reporter Karen Friedman talked to Lauren's distraught mother.
Just please bring her back. Whoever has her, bring her back. I don't care what you did to her. I just want her back.
Police say that neighbors reported seeing a car circling the apartment complex a couple of hours before Lauren disappeared. 2 men inside reportedly stopped several women. Meanwhile, Lauren's toys are unattended, waiting for the girl to return home, safe and sound. In Lower Merion Township, police have an obsession to find the man who killed one of their own. Tonight, Action News reporter David Henry says it's one of the biggest manhunts in mainline history.
It's a nightly ritual at the Lower Merion police station. As detectives come in off the street, they go through a debriefing, sharing information and comparing notes. 30 detectives putting in 16-hour days, all focused on one mission: find this man. the burglar who shot and killed Officer Edward Setzer last Friday.
We've gotten several hundred calls since this started, and we have detectives out following up leads on cars that are seen.
But nothing has panned out yet. Marked and unmarked police cars crisscross the township, 24 square miles. Many of the officers convinced he's around here somewhere, hoping he turns up.
It's either going to break from something they turn up, or one of these people out here is going to see something that doesn't look right, and they're going to give us a call, and we'll have enough people in the area to come out here and grab this guy up. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to get him.
That is, if he's still in the area. While Lower Merion police work overtime, the people of this community are also staying alert. Many of them are understandably frightened, and they, too, hope the police get their man.
Locking doors more stringently than before, and I checked my burglar alarm today, which I hadn't done in a while, and really puts you on notice.
Wanted posters hang in windows everywhere, including at this gas station where a car fitting the description is being serviced.
I think about every 2 or 3 hours somebody comes by and spots a car and they come in and check on it, but it's not the car they're looking for.
And back at the station, dozens of pictures of young men fitting the description hang on the wall, but so far, none are the man the police are looking for either. And so they carry on, eager to avenge the death of a fallen comrade, hoping for that one call that'll break the case. David Henry, Channel 6 Action News, Lower Merion.
Police tonight will not disclose the whereabouts of Andres Albaladejo, who is out on bail tonight. Police say the accused killer posted 10% of his $100,000 bail last night. He is charged with the murder of alleged Hunting Park drug dealer Luis Ortiz, whose killing sparked a riot in that neighborhood 10 nights ago. The New York Attorney General says the Tawana Brawley case is closed. The Attorney General says Brawley's tale of rape by a gang of whites was a lie, fanned into a source of racial tension through, quote, the hucksterism and opportunism of her advisors. Attorney General Robert Abrams held a news conference today to make official what was reported last week, that the grand jury found Brawley's allegations to be false.
To the knowledge of the grand jury, Tawana Brawley never provided a detailed account of her allegations, a detailed description of her alleged attackers, or named her alleged assailants.
Miss Brawley was found last November in Wappinger Falls, about 75 miles north of New York City. Seemingly dazed, her body smeared with feces and scrawled with racial slurs. The grand jury says she did it all to make it appear as if she had been attacked. In South Philadelphia, racial tensions are rising between Italians and Asians. Tonight, the first of 2 efforts to bring calm back to the neighborhood.
We need more cops down here. We need more protection. Stop cutting the cops.
It would be an understatement to say Italian residents are besides themselves.
Help the Asian people, got fire detectors, smoke detectors, fed them lunch every summer. I'm done. I'm done.
Mary Rementer's 17-year-old son was one of 2 Italian teenagers wounded by gunshots in a melee with Asian youths Tuesday night. Police say it was here at Franklin and Rittner Streets that a group of white youths shouted racial slurs at 2 Cambodian teenagers. The Cambodians left, gathered a group of about 25 friends, and returned.
At this point, the white youths fled. They ran in the direction of 7th and Wolf Streets, where, unknown to them, another group of Asian youths had gathered. It was moments later that the shots were fired, injuring 2 white youths.
This is racist. This is.
They hate the white people.
They hate Asian people. I don't know why.
14-year-old Vith Psalm says he and his Cambodian friends are constantly harassed by Italian youths.
We try to make trouble, and we stand there and say, what a problem with you and this guy. And they try to hit us with a baseball, and we run away from them.
Italian youths make similar claims about the Cambodians. There are signs it is a clash of 2 very different cultures.
They have livestock in there.
What do you mean, livestock?
I mean chickens, massive chickens in there. They have coops that they're raising chickens.
Trying to bridge understanding between the 2 cultures was the aim of this meeting, which involved the Crisis Intervention Network. But at one point, highly charged residents threatened to walk out. A police lieutenant did manage to stop them long enough to make a promise.
We intend to beef up our patrol in that area, to have more officers on foot, and at the same time to stay in touch with you.
Asian residents were not asked to attend tonight's meeting. Officials will meet with them Friday evening. Still, there are no high hopes the conflict will be resolved soon. I'm Dan Quayle, Channel 6 Action News, South Philadelphia.
Philadelphia City Council has expanded a ban on drinking alcohol in public. 2 years ago, Council passed an open container law that affected the popular South Street corridor from Broad Street to the Delaware River between Lombard and Bainbridge Streets. The idea was to curb rowdy behavior and litter. Well, now that original area has been expanded from Walnut to Fitzwater Streets, and the drinking ban has also been instituted along most of Germantown Avenue, as well as sections of Olney and Logan, where public drinking has also been a problem. The new ordinance takes effect in 10 days. Officials are still trying to find out what sparked a fire this morning in North Philadelphia that killed a woman and her 18-month-old son. The blaze broke out in the 2700 block of Sedgley. Killed were 20-year-old Alicia Vaughn and her son Jamal. They died from smoke inhalation. 2 other people were hurt. One is still in the hospital in stable condition. Neighbors have told police the dwelling was an infamous drug house, but lawmen have not confirmed that claim. Everything back to normal tonight in Falls Township, Bucks County. But it was a tense morning for emergency personnel and hundreds of families. 1,000 homes were evacuated when a tanker spilled 1,000 gallons of hydrochloric acid. It happened at the Arrowhead Industrial Water Company. 3 workers were injured. Technicians used special foams and chemicals to absorb and plug the leak. The all clear was sounded by 11:30 this morning. Still to come on Action News tonight, the Flyers take to the Spectrum Ice. Don Tollefson is the opening night highlights against the Devils, and Scott Palmer has the latest from the locker room. And the Sixers open training camp, but without number 22. Andrew Toney is hanging up his sneakers. Dave Roberts with AccuWeather when Action News continues.
This young man is about to repair his own car. The problem? Clogged fuel injectors. As you watch, he's fixing it with Mobil Super Unleaded Gasoline. Its advanced detergent formula can unclog fuel injectors and keep your entire fuel intake system clean. Drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded. High octane with a plus. Get a free Eagles glass with every fill-up of 8 gallons or more of Mobil Super Unleaded Plus.
Morning, fellas.
A man is what a man does. Ananias Green Bay drives a refuse truck for waste management, 1,300 miles a week. Along the way, he's even saved a life or 2 and earned such respect that from all the thousands of other drivers, the industry picked him as the best. That says a lot about him, and we hope something about us. A man is what a man does.
Siskel and Ebert finally agree. Memories of Me is one of the best surprises of the autumn movie season.
Trust me.
Cosmopolitan magazine says it's a movie to remember.
Maestro, Hava Nagila. Have a tequila.
And Joel Siegel of ABC TV calls it one terrific film. Billy Crystal, Alan King. Memories of Me.
It's a funny story.
Rated PG-13. Now in select markets. Opens Friday, October 7th.
You don't work for a company, you are the company. You take the risks, you get the rewards. That's why there's the corporate card with unique benefits for small business. Quarterly management reports, disability coverage, savings on hotels and air travel. To acquire the corporate card, call 1-800-SUCCESS. It's a business card that does things a little differently, a little better, like you. The corporate card from American Express to your success.
The vice presidential debate is history tonight, but the effort to assess its impact continues. During a campaign stop in Texas today, Vice President Bush was running in more ways than one. He praised running mate Dan Quayle's performance, saying he did an outstanding job. Quayle himself was campaigning in Missouri today, dismissing the importance of polls that say he lost the debate. Aides say Quayle was angry and hurt by Lloyd Benson's memorable zinger about Quayle and President Kennedy. President Reagan was one of many major Republicans who rushed to Quayle's defense, taking Senator Benson to task for the Kennedy remark.
I thought that remark was a cheap shot and unbecoming a senator of the United States.
Reagan says Quayle was simply trying to compare years of experience with Kennedy and nothing more. But Benson and Dukakis spent the day reveling in post-debate euphoria. Benson claimed victory during a stop in his home state of Texas. Dukakis said he is proud of his running mate for, quote, proving he is ready to step into that Oval Office at a moment's notice. The Democratic ticket seems convinced that last night's performance by Benson has put them on a roll. Secretary of State George Shultz acknowledged tonight that some Americans are conducting hostage negotiations with Iran, but he says the talks are unauthorized and he wants them stopped. Meantime, there is another threat against the safety of hostage Joseph Scipio from Norristown. The kidnappers today released this photograph of Scipio, warning he could be in danger if the United Nations plan to police elections in Lebanon goes through. In Chile today, they were literally dancing in the streets, celebrating an election victory over military ruler Pinochet. He seized power 15 years ago in a bloody coup, but his bid to rule for 8 more years was rejected by voters yesterday. The referendum clears the way for elections to return democracy to Chile.
If you missed US Air's first nonstop to Cleveland, catch the next one, or the next one, or the one after that. Here's another one.
Any faucet can turn on water. Cola faucets give it shape. Change the flow. Once you turn on a cola faucet, you'll never want plain water again. See the bold look of Kohler at this Kohler showroom.
I don't know whether to begin without him. I'm sure he's just sitting in that awful traffic.
Steve, in his new 190 class Mercedes, sitting in traffic. Oh, sure, he's sitting there in line, drumming his fingers on the steering wheel, tapping his foot, fiddling with the radio stations, staring at the taillights of the car in front of him. Marie, I've commuted with Steve.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it means... That's what it means.
You know, for thousands of years, marriages were arranged. No one married for love. On the next Oprah Winfrey Show, is the concept of romantic love, marrying for love, really not working? Or did couples last longer when they married because they were compatible? And are you really compatible with your spouse? Take our couples compatibility test on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Watch the Oprah Winfrey Show tomorrow at 4.
WPVI TV, Philadelphia, serving New Jersey and the Delaware Valley.
Classes resume tomorrow morning in the Delsea Regional School District of Gloucester County, New Jersey. Tonight, the district's 102 teachers voted overwhelmingly to approve a 3-year contract. The agreement was worked out this morning after a 2-day strike. Way to go, Paul Holmgren. Flyers get off on the right skate. Here's Don Tolliver.
Couldn't beat the Devils in 7 tries last season. Beat them right out of the gate tonight, Jim. Game 1 of the Paul Holmgren era, and in the style befitting their new coach, the Flyers play a very solid, very physical, and very impressive game, beating the Devils 4-1. Perhaps most impressively, they looked good on the power play. Gord Murphy with the drive, Rick Tocchet with a tip-in. That tied it 1-1 in the first. Early in the second, Flyers again on the power play. Again, they go to the net, and Scott Mellenby breaks the tie. In the last minute of the second, watch a real gift from the Devils, a giveaway, and Derek Smith gets the goal 3-1. A Murray Craven empty netter made it 4-1, and yes, the Flyers proved they want to again make the Spectrum tough on visitors. Scott Palmer has more from South Philadelphia tonight.
The Paul Holmgren era has officially begun here at the Spectrum as Homer gets his first win as the new head coach of the Flyers.
I feel good. I feel really good about the players. I think they really played a good, strong game tonight, and it's been a long wait for them, too, for this game. So obviously they had something to prove.
Ron Hextall, trying to rebound from an off year, started the season with a strong game and goal.
You know, this gives me a little bit of confidence, and the preseason was a real funny one, a little bit up and down, and you know, we had some bad games, and you know, I let in some goals I shouldn't have, but you know, the preseason is to get ready for the season, and that's how it worked for me. I mean, the season's here now, and I think I'm ready.
The Flyers youngsters played well tonight, especially rookie defenseman Gord Murphy.
I just wanted to come in and you know, just play well, you know, not making too many mistakes, and play just kind of a simple defensive game, but you know, to be put on the power play and get a couple points that way, it felt pretty good.
One of the Flyers' criticisms of Mike Keenan was that he never gave them enough praise. Well, after the season opener, Paul Holmgren has made sure that this year's team knows he appreciates their effort. I'm Scott Palmer, Channel 6 Action News with the Flyers at the Spectrum.
On the scoreboard, Boston and Buffalo win. Mike Keenan gets a tie, and in L.A., Kings 2, Detroit 1 in the first. Wayne Gretzky a goal and an assist. The Sixers open camp tonight in Lancaster. and there was a most interesting twist. Gary Popper was on hand at Franklin and Marshall tonight.
The attention usually at Sixers Media Day is about the players who are here, but the attention tonight is about someone who is not. That is guard Andrew Toney, because tonight he has officially retired.
Yesterday, Tony called Sixers general manager John Nash to say that even after a summer of rest, the pain in his feet was back because of the quick steps of recent workouts. And so at age 30, he retires and will get $700,000 a year for the next 4 years.
I think it's good to get it out of the way and you know, go forward from here, Gary.
If it were going to end, like somewhere in the near future, better it be now for everybody.
But the past 3 years, it was ugly for Tony and the Sixers as they fought openly and how hurt he was. But the years before that, it was simply beautiful as Tony and Mo Cheeks formed one of the best backcourts in basketball.
With Andrew and I, it was just a perfect blend.
And then this summer, there was hope as Andrew looked very good.
How good was he this summer?
I'm telling you, he looked like the old Boston Strangler. What's that? Didn't it, y'all? Who was that? Andrew. He looked like the old Boston Strangler this summer.
How soon you forget?
Well, somebody must have strangled him because he didn't come to couch.
And it's one more time for Tony.
The rebound back to Andrew. He pump fakes, hangs, fires, yes!
And so tonight, the Boston Strangler has retired. Gary Papa, Channel 6 Action News.
International Friendship Through Sports tonight in Center City, a special welcoming dinner for Israel's championship basketball team. Councilman David Cohen, DA Ron Castile on hand to welcome the Maccabi Tel Aviv team. Sunday at the Spectrum, they'll scrimmage the Sixers. Tonight they enjoyed food and fellowship at the Apropos restaurant in Center City. We have an Olympic update tonight on Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson. Today, a drug company confirmed it sold the steroid stanozolol to Johnson's personal physician. That doctor is currently under investigation by the Ontario College of Physicians and Surgeons. It was one very cold night in Boston. It turned out to be really cold for the Red Sox. Yes, they did take a 2-0 lead on the Oakland A's, in large part because of Dave Henderson's problems in the outfield right there. But the lead would not last for Boston. The A's would tie it with another mighty home run by Jose Canseco. That made it 2-2. Of course, as those of you who watched on Channel 6, it was tied 3-3 in the ninth when Walt Weiss singles home the game winner. 4-3 A's, up 2-zip, best of 7. And tomorrow night on Channel 6, the National League playoffs resume. It'll be John Tudor going for the Dodgers, Ron Darling for the Mets. 8 o'clock Friday on Channel 6, Game 3 of the National League. And so far, it has been awfully exciting baseball.
All right. I'm glad you're enjoying it. In Center City, Philadelphia tonight, it was a celebration to honor former U.S. Attorney Ed Dennis. At the Federal Reserve, staffers and friends said goodbye and paid tribute to Dennis, who was confirmed earlier this week as a Deputy U.S. Attorney General in charge of the Criminal Division. District Attorney Ron Castile was among the law enforcement heavyweights on hand. Mayor Good presented Dennis with a Liberty Bell, a token of thanks for all Dennis has done for the people of Philadelphia.
Saturday morning, USA. Time to change your oil to this.
Go with the flow, Super Flow.
Superflow motor oil from Exxon.
People who know, go Super Flow.
Hey, this Superflow is great stuff for blocking wear. Its wear band additive gets deep inside your engine and actually coats the moving parts.
Protects your engine's performance and it shows.
Look, want your engine to last?
Go with the flow, Super Flow.
A year ago, this young woman became an owner of a major U.S. corporation. And she can't wait to get to work.
Okay, you're all set with the Cadillac.
Avis Incorporated is the only major rent-a-car company owned by its corporate employees.
Cadillac, 45 bucks a day? How'd you swing that? And you're the owner?
Get fast service and a Cadillac for $45 a day. Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
Last year, businesses lost $400 million on the time it took employees to cash their paychecks. That's why this year, more businesses use United Jersey's direct deposit service than any other bank in the state. With savings of almost $4 a check, you can't afford not to. This year, the average new car will depreciate $2,000 the moment it drives off the lot. But with United Jersey's low-rate auto loan for 1- to 3-year-old used cars, Why not buy one that's already been down that road?
Macy's, you're really quite an inspiration.
With Columbus Day savings like these. 20% off men's outerwear. 20 to 40% off ladies' coats. Get a Black & Decker toaster oven broiler for just $45. Take a dazzling 20 to 50% off all diamond jewelry. A Toshiba 20-inch remote, $299. Thursday through Monday at all Macy's.
You're a part of my life. You're such a part of my life.
A last hurrah today for a Hollywood landmark. Schwab's drugstore on Sunset Boulevard was famous as a hangout for stars like John Wayne, Humphrey Bogart, and Ronald Reagan. It's the place where, according to movie legend, Lana Turner was discovered at the soda fountain. But after a half a century, Schwab's closed 2 years ago, and tomorrow they'll start tearing it down to make way for a shopping complex. Dave Roberts, where were you discovered?
I'm right here waiting.
No, where were you discovered?
What do you mean, where was I discovered?
Oh, Lana Turner was discovered at Schwab's. Where was Dave Roberts discovered?
My mother discovered me in the hospital, Children's Hospital.
Let's not get clinical, Dave.
That's not good. All right, I'll tell you, it's going to be cold out there tonight. I don't care where you were discovered or when. You're going to have to bundle up. Record low temperature possibility. We could break it. October 7th, 1966, it was set 37 degrees. What will it reach come tomorrow? Well, you folks out in the suburban area, there could be a frost tonight, so watch out. High pressure system moving out of the state of Illinois, just slowly moving in our direction, just taking with it clear skies, very chilly nights, sunshine, maybe a few clouds from time to time throughout the day. The next 3 or 4 days look very, very nice. Excellent fall weather. That system moving in our direction. Yes, it'll be cold tonight again. Maybe a possibility of some frost in the suburban areas, but all in all, looks like a good system for us. A little thunderstorm activity, some heavier rains. West Palm Beach, Florida picked up over 2 inches of rain earlier today. Now, he said, the rest of the country, watch yourself. Remember those where they used to shoot in the guy? Anyway, there's a storm center out here, where the frontal system precipitation stays well to our south as it moves along the south. 101 in Buckeye, Arizona. That was the hot spot. 12 up there in Wisdom, Montana. Little movement or little action across the entire 48. We know that that high pressure system is going to continue to bring us cold, cold nights. So perhaps tonight, for the first time in a long time, your furnace is on, and it will do a little OT, a little overtime. Up in the Poconos already, they are recording 39 degrees. 40 was our low, 60 degrees, that was our official high. These are the 11 o'clock numbers. Present temperature reading 45 degrees. Relative humidity 64%. Barometric pressure is on the high side, 30.43. It's rising. Northwesterly wind 7 miles per hour. Water temperature 62. In the northeast, 44, 45 outside the station, 46 at Center City. At the airport, 45, Camden, 46. Let's check that AccuWeather forecast. Clearing in cold, 34 in the suburbs, 40 for Center City. Again, the possibility of scattered frost in those outlying areas. Sunshine when we start out at Chile, 40. We're up to only 57 tomorrow, sunny in Chile. Sunshine on Saturday, 57. Partly sunny skies on Sunday, 59, 62, 66. Tuesday still looks good. That's the 5-day forecast from AccuWeather. Another fine fall day, Jim.
Thank you, David. Finally tonight, opera superstar Luciana Pavarotti. Sorry, David, is an artist. You know that. But what you might not know is just how wide-ranging his artistic talents are. At the Free Library of Philadelphia tonight, they opened an exhibition of Pavarotti's paintings. The famed tenor autographed prints of his work tonight. He started painting 10 years ago. And earlier this week, he told Mark Howard of the thrill of getting into an artistic groove.
I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the night, beginning to paint and finish the painting at 4 o'clock the other night without answering the telephone, without any food. And I even don't realize it was the 24 hours they were gone. Eh? You don't really realize. It's really a transportation up there. It's really something very special. Just people who paint knows that.
The exhibition arrives in Philadelphia at the same time Pavarotti is hosting an international voice competition at the Academy of Music. Nightline next on Channel 6. Action News continues tomorrow at 6 a.m. And then at noon with Chris Wagner, Robin Garrison, and Harry Martin. Now for Dave Roberts, Don Tollefson, the entire Action News team, I'm Jim Gardner. Have a good night tonight.
I want a kinder and gentler nation.
It's the president who defines the character of America.
I'm a quiet man, but I hear the quiet people others don't. The ones who raise the family, pay the taxes, meet the mortgage. And I hear them, and I am moved.
The president, the heart, the soul, the conscience of the nation.
With this lie detector, I'll prove this great-looking Isuzu is a better pickup than Toyota. It has more standard features than Toyota. It has a double-walled cargo bed, steel-belted radials, and a 5-speed transmission. Toyota doesn't. Yet it's priced hundreds less than Toyota. See? You can trust me.
Act now and save even more with a $500 factory cash rebate on any Isuzu pickup.
Here are some facts you may not have heard before, but they're true. Frank Lautenberg says he cares about the deficit, but he voted to give himself a congressional pay raise. Lautenberg says he cares about ethics in government, yet as a senator, he pocketed tens of thousands of dollars dealing in stocks of companies that do business with the government. He says he wants to clean up toxic waste, but he's taken big contributions from some of New Jersey's worst toxic polluters. New Jersey can do better. Pete Dawkins for United States Senate.
Walter Matthau and Bruce Dern star after Nightline.